You don't have to settle down here. There are so many beautiful listings that aren't high-rise buildings, you know?
You do have a point there.
If you're thinking of another viewing, that's totally fine. But seriously, there's no need to stress about living here. Let me help you find other amazing options. It'll be fun.
Wait, hold on. Is that who I think it is?
Is that you, Ai?
Keiichi, I knew it. You were the one booked for today's tour.
My name is Keiichi Sato. I'm here to tour a luxury high-rise apartment today. And out of all people, I ran into my ex, Ai Tanaka. It turns out she's my agent for the showing. I can't believe you're working at Tokimeki Real Estate, Ai. This is completely unexpected.
You're telling me? I had my suspicions. But to think, it's actually you, Keiichi.
I'm looking forward to the showing today.
You? You're really thinking about buying a luxury apartment?
Of course.
Do you even know what the monthly rent for a place like this is?
I believe it's just under 500,000 yen, right?
Are you confident you can keep up with that? Aren't you a farmer?
That's right. But trust me, it's not an issue. I have more than enough stable income to manage the payments, so no need to worry.
I've heard farming income tends to fluctuate a lot, though.
The weather can be unpredictable, I'll admit. But trust me, our yuzu orchard is thriving.
Still, I can't help but feel concerned for you. You know, as a friend. Is living in such a fancy place really all that? There are plenty of charming houses nearby that are much more reasonably priced. Why not explore those options instead? There are so many amazing properties that aren't in high-rise buildings, you know?
Yeah, you're right about that.
It's a major investment, so you should take your time. Think it through carefully, and reach out to me when you're ready.
That high-rise is still my top choice. Where else can you get a view of the Ferris wheel like that? I'll reach out again and schedule another tour.
Wasn't that the same client who was unsure about the high-rise viewing last time?
Yes, but they were very adamant about wanting to see it again.
Well, there's no issue with arranging another tour.
But if they still feel uneasy about making the purchase,
it might be wiser not to get too attached to the idea.
I've already explained that, but it seems they're still set on it.
I see. If they're adamant about it, then we'll just have to listen and understand their reasoning thoroughly.
Thank you for waiting.
You're Mr. Sato, correct? I understand you've been reconsidering the viewing.
Yes, that's right. I just can't get this place out of my mind. It's that simple. No matter what, I'm set on living here.
Wait a second. Aren't you Mr. Sato's grandson?
Well, it really is. Keiichi?
Mr. Hajime, Yui, it's been so long.
What brings you to this area? You're with Tokimeki Realty, right?
I've been thinking about moving here, actually. That's why I'm here today, to check this place out.
Oh, I see. Is it because of the Ferris wheel your grandfather built?
You betcha. The view from here is truly breathtaking.
The Ferris wheel? Hold on. Could it really be?
All this just for a Ferris wheel? Wow, Keiichi. I didn't know you were such a hopeless romantic. Do you and Keiichi know each other? Oh, I just assumed since you called him by his first name, you must be close. Actually, we used to date back when we were students. I see. You're saying it's for the Ferris wheel view? But is that really worth the price of living here? There's no need to force yourself to live here. If you just want to see the Ferris wheel, wouldn't it make more sense to visit the amusement park itself? If that's the case, how about we explore some properties closer to the park?
Wait, hold on. Is he?
Your grandfather built the Ferris wheel? Seriously? That's the first I've heard of it. Was your grandfather involved in construction or something like that?
He managed a farm.
But how does that tie into building a Ferris wheel?
Enough. Show some respect. He's the grandson of Tatsuo Sato.
Tatsuo Sato? Who's that? You've never heard of him? He's a trailblazer who transformed the town through innovative farming. Why do you know so much about this, Guda?
I heard all about it during a dinner meeting with Mr. Saito. He spoke quite a bit about Tatsuo Sato. Since I'd never seen his grandson before, I hadn't connected the dots until now.
A dinner meeting? Wait, does that mean you and this person are acquainted?
Saito introduced Tatsuo Sato to our real estate agency and acted as the mediator who paved the way for negotiations to build the tower complex.
A mediator? That's impressive.
When I first started working at the city office, there were rumors about a potential buyout of our town. It was Tatsuo Sato who stepped in and saved us from that crisis. As for me, I merely had the honor of supporting him in his mission to protect our town.
I deeply apologize for my ignorance and for being so rude earlier.
Don't mention it.
To think Keiichi would have ties to someone so influential.
The increase in our town's population is entirely thanks to Tatsuo's vision and leadership. But now, with Keiichi taking on the mantle of his grandfather's legacy, this town remains a beacon of energy and growth.
Keiichi truly is the pride and joy of our community.
He's actually the town's official ambassador now.
Keiichi, you gotta be kidding me.
Not at all. It's the absolute truth. Here's the proof right here.
Well, looky here. He's even wearing the ambassador sash.
Keiichi's creativity always blows me away. We've been selling vegetables grown right here in our town at the local roadside station. He came up with the brilliant idea to build trust with customers by adding photos of the farmers directly on the packaging.
It boosted trust, credibility, and created a lot of positive buzz around the town. He even facilitated online sales so consumers could directly connect with and purchase from the producers they admired. Keiichi accomplished all of that.
By honoring Tatsuo's vision, Keiichi has truly taken the lead in bringing new life and energy to our town. As someone who deeply cherishes this community, I can't put it into words just how grateful I am. As someone deeply connected to this town, I can't help but admire all that he's accomplished. Your grandfather's creativity always left us inspired. But Keiichi isn't just on par. He's arguably surpassed him in so many ways.
Hearing that kind of praise is honestly a little embarrassing.
Wow, I never would have guessed that Keiichi had become such an incredible person. Oh, and just so you know, he's not only accomplished, but also happens to be the principal landowner of this tower. Wait, the principal landowner?
I'm simply carrying on my grandfather's legacy.
With the inheritance he left behind, he's been working tirelessly to breathe new life into the community. Take that amusement park, for example. It's one of his many contributions. The park Tatsuo built with the children in mind, Keiichi has been using the inheritance to ensure it thrives.
Using the inheritance for something like that? That's unbelievable. Wouldn't most people just spend it on themselves?
If I didn't, it would undermine everything my grandfather worked so hard to achieve, don't you think? The town itself is the greatest gift my grandfather ever gave me. I genuinely believe that using his inheritance to keep this town thriving is the best way to honor his legacy. In fact, our yuzu products are sold at the amusement park's gift shop, which helps promote our local produce. Donating part of the inheritance is also my way of expressing gratitude for their support.
Donating your inheritance as a gesture of thanks? I can't wrap my head around that. If it were me, there's no way I could do something like that. The story of how our town thrived because of yuzu is practically legendary. Keiichi wasn't content with just that. He wanted to make sure even more people could enjoy our yuzu. To achieve this, he developed a comprehensive distribution strategy, leveraging everything from social media campaigns to e-commerce platforms. And the results? Absolutely incredible.
Products made from our yuzu have skyrocketed to the top of online sales rankings. These days, they're so in demand that there's now a month-long waiting list just to get them.
It's honestly hard to wrap my head around. Keiichi was always so practical, never flashy or indulgent. He didn't seem like the type to splurge on anything extravagant.
Well, that's because of something my grandpa always told me. Money isn't meant to be spent selfishly. If you use it to support others, it'll eventually come full circle and benefit you too. That's why I've always found ways to enjoy myself without spending much. Although I have to admit, building that amusement park was probably the one big exception.
Oh, really?
There was this one time, for the grand opening, when they let me have the whole park to myself. That was the one and only time I ever did something so extravagant. Growing up, my grandpa always found ways to teach me how to have fun without spending a lot of money.
Now, you've turned that into something amazing, teaching kids how to make toys and stamps out of vegetables. And you've even teamed up with local moms to run workshops where they make sweets from vegetables.
But honestly, all of this started with my grandpa's efforts.
Thanks to those activities, I was able to overcome my dislike of vegetables. And it's not just me. There are so many people who joined the workshops and said they were able to enjoy vegetables afterward. You should be proud of that. I mean, the creativity behind all this, it's truly remarkable.
It's like you're a completely different Keiichi from the one I used to know.
You don't seem like the Keiichi I remember at all.
That aside, Keiichi, weren't you here to check out a property? So why are you just standing around chatting?
Well, I and the others mentioned another place they thought I should consider.
So does that mean you're not satisfied with this property?
No, it's not that. I'm really drawn to this place and would love to live here. But it seems like they're both a little worried about me making the move.
Why is that, Goda? If it's Keiichi, he's more than qualified to live here. Is there any specific reason he wouldn't be able to? Well, it's just that.
Living in a high-rise like this comes with its own set of inconveniences. I was simply pointing out some alternative options, that's all. Living on higher floors comes with potential drawbacks, like waiting for elevators, noise issues, and challenges during emergencies. I figured it might be a hassle for you.
I don't remember you saying anything like that earlier.
Well, I was just about to bring it up. We live on a higher floor too, and honestly, we've never really felt it was inconvenient, right?
Absolutely. They say home is where you make it after all. And honestly, having that Ferris wheel in view makes this place unbeatable.
The amusement park is so special to us, filled with cherished memories.
Hearing you both speak so highly of it would truly make my grandpa proud.
He must be beaming with pride, knowing his grandchild has carried on his vision so beautifully. If it were me, I'd probably be moved to tears with joy. You might say that, but isn't the truly remarkable one his grandfather? All Keiichi did was inherit what was already there, right? Giving him such high praise feels a bit excessive to me. What are you even saying? That's not true at all. It's not just his grandfather who's impressive. Keiichi's incredible in his own right. He's been leveraging his agricultural experience to make a difference. He's even organizing workshops to inspire and educate the next generation of farmers.
Farming is undeniably hard physical work. Having young people join is more than I could hope for. But many of them struggle because they don't know where to start. That's why I've been doing what I can to make things easier for them. For those willing to give farming a try, I offer financial support. And if they're willing to repurpose abandoned or unused farmland, I push the city to provide additional subsidies for their efforts.
By systematically addressing the hurdles of farming, our town has flourished, becoming renowned not just for yuzu, but also for tomatoes, eggplants, and bell peppers. Recently, there's been a major push toward cultivating leafy greens as well. These efforts have allowed us to offer produce at significantly lower prices than neighboring towns, even drawing buyers from far-off prefectures.
It's incredible to think he achieved all this.
He's a mastermind whose brilliance leaves me in awe.
I can't take all the credit. It's thanks to Yui and her team reaching out to partner companies for support that we managed to turn things around.
This tower apartment is actually one of the projects we brought in through that effort.
Wait, really?
I had no idea.
By the way, you two seem oddly preoccupied with my financial situation.
Well,
I know you're concerned about whether I can manage it, considering I'm a farmer. However, isn't the essence of real estate work about truly understanding and fulfilling the client's needs? Shouldn't it focus on how well you can meet the buyer's requests and introduce properties that align with their preferences?
That's absolutely correct.
Yes, you're right.
You two, however, seem to miss the point entirely. Instead, you kept pushing properties that were completely different from what I was looking for. From my perspective, it was honestly disappointing to see. No real effort to address my preferences.
I suppose I may not have been fully considerate of your feelings in all this, but I was genuinely just worried about you.
I understand your concern, and I do appreciate it. That said, if you keep suggesting options that don't align with what the client actually wants, how can you expect them to walk away feeling satisfied?
That could be true.
Alright, I've made my decision.
Huh?
I think I'll buy the entire tower.
Are you
What?
serious?
I want as many people as possible to experience the view my grandfather poured his heart into creating. Recently, another real estate agency even reached out to discuss managing this property. I've been seriously considering whether to transfer it to them.
Please, no. Anything but that. This property is one of our most popular listings. If we lose it, it would be a huge blow to business.
I understand your perspective, but this tower holds immeasurable sentimental value for me. It's not an exaggeration to say it's as precious to me as life itself. If I'm entrusting something so important to you, I need to see that the work is being handled with utmost care and professionalism.
I'll make sure to be more careful moving forward. I'll completely change my approach. I promise to provide service that's not only thoughtful, but also exceptionally detailed. So please, I'm begging you, won't you reconsider? If you're going to regret it now, why didn't you take those steps from the beginning? Changing your attitude only after finding out about Keiichi's background? It seems a little cheeky, don't you think? But wait, everything I said was out of concern for Keiichi. I just didn't want him to end up struggling, so I offered advice. I hope you can see that my actions were driven by genuine care.
That's just your perspective, isn't it? I've been saying it over and over. I want to live here.
I know, but
Isn't it wrong to disregard the customer's wishes and push your own agenda? If that's the case, I'd prefer to work with someone who genuinely cares and understands my needs.
no way.
Could you give me a little time? I'll contact Tachibana.
A few minutes later, Tachibana, the president of Tokimeki Real Estate, arrived on the scene.
I sincerely apologize, Mr. Sato. This entire situation is the result of my own lack of oversight.
Please, Mr. Tachibana, there's no need to apologize. I assure you, I am not upset.
No, I simply cannot let this go. I had no idea things had gotten to this point. Could I humbly ask you to reconsider purchasing the entire building and instead opt for a single unit? I'll assign a different representative to handle your case personally.
What?
Hold on a moment. We were the ones entrusted with Mr. Sato's request. Please, give us one last chance to prove ourselves. You'll be reassigned to a different department. As Mr. Sato mentioned, I firmly believe that this task should be entrusted to someone capable of fully understanding and respecting the customer's wishes. I can't believe this is happening.
Keiichi, I truly apologize. This situation is entirely our responsibility. I swear, moving forward, I'll communicate with customers in a much more thoughtful and attentive manner.
I'll ensure that we deliver proposals that exceed client expectations. So, I beg you, please allow us the chance to remain in charge until the very end.
I appreciate your sincerity. However, I fully support Mr. Tachibana's decision.
This can't be happening.
Well then, Mr. Tachibana, I'll leave everything in your capable hands.
Understood. I'll take care of it.
A few months later,
This is the living room. Ah! A bug!
Get it away from me!
Goda and I were reassigned to single-story home sales. However, their aversion to insects quickly drove them to resign. It seems like they've been giving it their all with job hunting, but it looks like they're running in circles. As for me,
This year's using are looking fantastic.
I really appreciate your help. It makes a huge difference.
Well, I also get to spend time with you.
Wait, what?
You know, moments like this, they feel like a seed that your grandfather planted a long time ago, bringing us together, or something like that.
With her playful teasing, she keeps me completely wrapped around her finger. Thanks for watching until the end.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel